on the internet. Fucked up. Don't be weird. Stop being weird. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Stop being weird. Being weird on the internet. Stop being weird.
Okay, well, I believe you may be able to hear me. I hope you are. Let's see.
Stop being weird.
Here's some music. Okay, well, oh, and there's a voice. All right, seems like you can actually hear me. And I'm here. And I don't know what day I'm on. It feels like Monday to me. And it's one Aq'ab'al. So it's definitely something. It's the beginning. And you know, I didn't want to come and talk to you last night. When I went to bed, I decided, okay, I've got all this work done. This is all sort of wrapped up. Tomorrow morning, you can start fresh. You can get into prompt sculpting. You can get into your video generation. You can do the Dude, Where's My Wallet episode. You can get it all done. And to kick it off, you'll do your morning reflection and you'll come and do the live stream. And it felt so good last night. This morning, I've been sitting here since about 6ish, and I've done some prompt sculpting, which is interesting. Very anxious and nervous to do it because it keeps on telling me it's changing the code. And I'm like, do I want that? I thought that when I was doing things like UI, layout, and styling and stuff, which I'm not very good at because I don't really pay much attention to what things look like. I just, okay. Even like, I notice when I'm working with Minds Gaming, it's that there's so many words on the page. I can't see which words are which. It's just like this kind of screen that I have that screens information out. Anyway, I don't know why I'm telling you that. But still. So what I was going to say was that I had this plan to come, and then I started doing it. And the more I went through my morning and little things happened, like your friend Satoridi Rashkov from the Team Human. There was a little video there of him practicing doing a live stream. And it was so interesting because he wasn't nervous, he wasn't scared, he was just doing something. And I'm like, oh, everything's such a big emotional effort for everything. Such traumas and dramas. And I know that when I watch the videos that I do of myself, I think, wow, I look so calm and so in control and as if I know what I'm talking about. Whereas when I'm doing it, I feel so. And it's another lesson to me about what emotions are. I know that I've been coming here for a long time saying, I need to control my emotions, I need to step back from my emotions, and my emotions are stopping me from thinking, and emotions make you stupid, and I stand by all those, what would you call them, insights, beliefs, I don't know, whatever. However, I think that how I was trying to control my emotions was adding to the problem. You know, when you're drowning, have you often been drowning? When a person is drowning, they thrash around in the water to stop themselves drowning. And the more they thrash around in the water, the less buoyancy they have and the more they drown. I think that's what it's like with emotions. I think that a lot of the issues we have are not issues of mental illness, as it's labeled, but are issues of emotional distress. And the behavior looks dysfunctional, is probably dysfunctional, looks like bad behavior. But I think what it really is that you know, with the work that I was doing with Otto X. Hey Otto, hope you're having a good day. With the work that I was doing with Otto, we focused a lot on there being a driver. Like, you know, an elephant driver. The guy sits on top of the elephant and he taps it, go this way and go that way. And we have this small amount of control and we can direct these very large emotions and large impulses and enthusiasms and ideas and whatever that come up inside us with small actions. But the important thing is that we don't just have one elephant to drive. We have many elephants that charge around inside our heart. You know, like there's excitement and there's dread and there's anticipation and there's joy and there's enthusiasm and there's all sorts of wonderful wild things we could go charging off. And then there's fear and anxiety and terror and we could go charging off over here and yeah, but like herding cats, except it's not herding cats, it's herding elephants and we have one driver. And so when the elephants stampede, it's pretty bad. And the helpful thing is to not let your elephants get so upset that they would start stampeding. Yep. So it's less about controlling your emotions and more about keeping your emotions in a state of containment and calmness and being in control. And suppressing your emotions and stepping away from your emotions is not working for me. Well, it wouldn't be working if I was stepping away from your emotions, would it? Okay. Stepping away from my emotions is not working. It's making my emotions worse, making my fear and my anxiety, particularly my social anxiety, worse. And I'm quite proud of myself, really, for being able to get on top of my social anxiety to the extent that I can start actually working with Satori D. Thank you. I have received all the music and the images. I'm working on the images this morning. I think I've shared one already. Lots of glitches this morning. Or maybe I've raised my standards. Who knows? So it's as if I have two ways of thinking. When I'm quiet and by myself, reading a book or writing something, I'm fine. I'm a normal person. When I'm with people, there's sort of something rises up inside me and I get terribly like concentrate and I can't focus and I don't know what I'm doing and something's going to go wrong and yeah. So it's really great that I'm learning to get that under control and what I've been understanding and what I really wanted to pass on today was if we notice our fear, particularly I'm focusing on fear, right? There's a lot of reasons. I think intuitively you know why. If we focus on our fear, there are little niggles of fear and doubt. Like at 6 o'clock this morning, I had little niggles about coming here and talking to you. I haven't been here for a while. I've sort of lost my flow. The anxiety's built up again. I want to move to a level where I'm being more in charge of this space. And I'm glad that I managed to play the music this morning. The next thing I really need to do is to learn to comment, learn to interact. And I know that that's next. And because I know that that's next, it's making everything so much harder. But what I'm trying to say is about fear is that as I've sat here this morning, those little niggles have gone from, I don't really want to do it. It's coming up at 9. I don't really want to do it. I could just duck. Nobody will miss me. It doesn't matter. Two, I'm not going to do it. It's absolutely wrong. This is stupid. I don't care. And realizing that the more I have allowed the fear of doing it to build up, the more of a fragile emotional state I have entered. So I'm thinking today of that thing, that little piece of sort of old wives' tale advice of face your fears. And I'm thinking that it's good when you are afraid to not push that aside, to not feel weak, to not allow it to be anxiety, to not allow it to build, but to make it your friend. Right? Right, right. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't be the driver. Don't try and direct it. But face it like you would face a friend. Ask your friend, what is this about? What shall we do about it? How can we make a plan? How can I make you feel better? What can I do for you? And get it on board. It's a really, really wonderful, important messenger. And it shows up as fear, and you think you have to avoid it. But when you realize that whatever you call it, anxiety or trepidation or all those things, so many words we have for it, when you realize that once you start talking to it, it gives you stuff. It gives you courage, and it gives you direction, and it gives you intent, and it gives you excitement, it gives you enthusiasm, and it gives you all sorts of things. So I am trying to make it a rule to always, first on my list of things that I've got to do for the day, to do the thing that I fear the most. Because once I've done that, once I've got my fear on board with me as the messenger and the helper that it is, not as the terrible thing to dread, then I have companion through the day, somebody to guide me and give me feedback and encourage me when I did the thing that it was prompting me. From where? From ruthless love? From my higher angels? From my inner self? From whatever the word is, whatever fantasy we like to attach to concepts we don't understand. Let's make it a great fantasy. Let's step into the fantasies of happiness and competence and joy and achievement and all those things. So yes, here I am, facing my fear with you, to you, and because of you and your support. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to try and work some more on Body 2.0 and see if I can get some training going. I don't even really know how it works, but figuring that out. Doing some, as I said, doing some AI imagery, working on some images to expand them and add stuff and delete stuff and stuff that I used to do in Photoshop. Back in the day, I used to do it manually, and now I have this tool that makes the job 100 times faster and allows for these wonderful, wonderful expressions of your inner ideas in a way that we who are not particularly, I who am not particularly artistic, belonging to that sort of crowd of intellectuals, you know, ones who read about things instead of the guys that go out there and do it. It's this amazing tool to allow me to be productive in a way that I couldn't before because I didn't have the skills and the talent and the experience. And I'm loving it. I'm loving playing with it, and I'm loving being able to make wonderful outputs and keep on pushing it to learn how to make more output. And then hopefully by tonight, I will have the Dude, Where's My Wallet, the second of the Yellow Brick Road arc. I have to get the animations generated. I have all the animations for the second one and the third one. And I sat for hours with Photoshop last night, hours and hours and hours, taking out silly things and deleting things and making things better and changing the shapes, and about 3 hours. And then I was so exhausted I didn't get it to generate the animations. So I don't know, in a way I'm sort of shooting myself in the foot by trying to do too much, but in another way I am learning extra stuff. So one Aq'ab'al, one, the gentle beginnings of something new, flowing out of what was before, an Aq'ab'al, clarity, the ability to see and discern, and also it was saying something very interesting this morning that I didn't quite get. Something about, let me check if I can see it quickly. Was it on my phone that I looked? I guess this is what happens when you live stream, is that you have these kind of dead spaces, right? I'm going to have to learn how to talk through it, and chatter, idle chatter, or verbosity. Well, let me see, what did I have? It was the 16th of November. Here in the future, it is the 16th. Goodness, that is far in the future. It's the 6th of November. I got a message this morning about my mum. She had a really good day yesterday. It's 2 weeks since the operation, and she was awake the whole day. So, yeah, that's great and exciting. And this roller coaster of mum's sick, mum's not well, mum's sick, mum's slipping away. Oh, it's, anyway, I guess that's what relationships are, hey? Is when we face the things, the difficult things, as well as the fun things. All right, so this was it. It says, The spirit of the jaguar hunting in the dark that chooses what shall remain in the dark. It's the power obtained by hiding information, the narwhal of control, and the ruler of dreams. There we go. Thanks for watching. It's lovely, lovely, lovely being able to come and chat with you. Hope you've had a lovely day. That your evening is awesome. And